Walt and I are here to show you the chair game. So the chair game is an awesome pattern game, and the reason why it works so great is that there are often chairs in a number of different places we go. So whether you do dog sports, or you're simply bringing your dog to class, or maybe you're just bringing your dog to a friend's house, or a cookout, or anything. Chairs are everywhere. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use the chair as a place where Walt will get his treat. So to start, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna place a treat on the chair. Of course, Walt won't be on the chair when I do this. He gets to eat that treat. As soon as he looks at me, I'm going to click and put another treat down. So basically to start, I'm gonna tell Walt that if he looks at me, a treat is gonna go on the chair. Once we've done that a few times, we're gonna show you the next step. But to begin with, I'm gonna show you this first step. So I'm gonna just release him from the chair. Okay. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come over to the chair, I'm gonna put a treat down. He's gonna eat that treat, and as soon as he looks at me, I'm gonna click and put another treat down. So right now, Walt is simply learning that giving me eye contact gets him a treat on the chair. And you can't really see probably him looking at me because he's so scruffy, but I can assure you he is. So once I've done that a few times, what I'm gonna do is go on to the next step. So the next step is, I'm going to put a treat on the chair. When he looks at me, rather than putting another treat on the chair, I'm going to click and walk away, place the treat a couple feet away, and let him eat it. When he looks up at me, I'm going to click, and then we're going back to the chair. So now we're creating a pattern of going back and forth from the chair to the ground. So I'll show you how this looks. Okay. I'm gonna put a treat on the chair. When he looks at me, after he eats that, I'm gonna click, put a treat down on the ground. When he looks at me, I'm going to click, and then we go back to the chair. So now we're gonna do this nice little pattern where we're gonna go back and forth from the ground, good boy, to the chair. So envision that you're at a cookout and you wanna get your dog acclimated. You can pick a chair and start playing this game. And what you'll do is you'll start to increase the distance between the chair and the reset cookie. And you can also change where you put it. So let's say over here is where the distracting table of food is. You can slowly maybe work your way up to that so that your dog learns to go up to those distractions. Good boy, come on. Go up to those distractions, but then the pattern is he goes back to the chair rather than getting distracted by the distractions. So a final way that we can use the chair game with our dog is to work on obstacles. So Walt is working on agility, and we have recently introduced the weave poles. So I'm gonna use the chair game for him to tell me that he's ready for the cue to go through the weaves. So I'm gonna show you what this looks like. What I'll do is that I'm gonna release him from stationing on the chair. I'll put a treat down on the chair. As soon as he looks up at me, I'm gonna give him his weave cue. When he goes through, I'm gonna click, and then the treat is gonna go back to the chair. So essentially we're gonna go through the weaves, back to the chair, and we're gonna do that pattern now. He's awfully excited to do this, so I'm gonna get this started. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, oh, look at how smart you are. So I'm gonna put that treat down on the chair, weave. When he looks at me, I'm going to give him his weave cue, click, and then the treat goes back to the chair, weave. When he looks at me, oh boy, he gets his cue, and treat goes back to the chair, weave. So now we have a nice pattern of him going through the weave poles. Okay, come back. Oh, and he clearly likes the pattern a lot. Come here, bud. So we get a nice pattern of him asking me with eye contact, okay, say that cue, we do the obstacle, and then we come back to our chair.